Hi, Emma. I heard Jack say something about you using some vacation days to get a whole week off for Thanksgiving. So, how long are you planning on staying at my house?
You mean Jack? I have no idea.
Well, that's a bit rude, don't you think? You're my son's wife. You should know these things.
I'm sorry, but I really don't know anything about his plans for that week.
Well, you took the time off. So how could you not know? You'd think you'd know your own family's plans, at least. This is pathetic.
I think you may have misunderstood what he said. I am taking that week off of work, but I won't be going to your place for Thanksgiving. That's why I'm not sure exactly what Jack's plans are.
Huh? Misunderstanding.
Jack's the one going to your place, not me. So, don't you think you should ask him when he's arriving and how long he's staying instead of asking me?
What are you talking about? Are you saying you're not coming here for Thanksgiving? You've got to be crazy. I'm having the whole family over.
I'm not crazy. You told me yourself, didn't you?
Told you what?
You said you never wanted to see my face again.
Whether I want to or not, I don't really have a choice now, do I? Whether I like it or not, you're part of the family. So I expect you to show up to family get-togethers. Believe me, if I could change it, I would. But Jack married you, so there's nothing I can do about it. So quit screwing around and make sure you're here for our Thanksgiving dinner. Figure out what days are coming and let me know ASAP. I need to give the rest of the family a firm time and date. You two are the only ones that live so far away. We have to schedule everything around you. Frankly, I'm getting sick. Sick of it. And I know it's because of you that Jack moved so far away.
Jack and I made that decision together, so don't say it was because of me. And anyway, every time I go to your house, you just make me do all the cooking and all the cleaning. I can't relax when I'm over there. It's like you won't even allow it.
I can't believe you just said that to me. You're my daughter-in-law. That's your job. You're supposed to make life easier for me when you're around. I have no idea what Jack sees in you. It's still a mystery as to why he decided to marry you. You're so selfish and lazy. It's not like I make you do that every day. You're complaining about helping your own mother-in-law a few times a year. You're useless.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Emma, I can't believe you don't know this already. But I guess I'll have to tell you myself. When you marry a man, you're not supposed to just make his life better. You're supposed to make life for his parents better too. So obviously, that includes me. That's your job. That's any wife's job.
I've never heard that before. Is that how they did things in the old country before your family moved to America?
Huh? Old country? What are you talking about? My parents were born and raised here. And so was I.
So is that an old custom from your country that your grandma taught you or something?
How dare you? You're being so rude to me. You're a horrible person. I can't believe people like you exist. You talk like this, yet you won't even give my son a boy of his own. The family name is going to die with him all because of you.
Yeah, I know. You've told me that many times before. And you say it to me as if I can control the gender of my children before they're born. Say whatever you want, but I won't be going to your house for Thanksgiving. Jack will be going without me. Jack's okay with it too. In fact, it was his idea.
Jack wouldn't say anything like that. He knows it's your job to help me out. Stop with your jokes. They're not funny. And lying is never funny. You're not just a terrible wife. You're a liar too.
No, Jack sees how you treat me and he knows me going to your house causes nothing but stress.
When you come here, you're the only one causing anyone stress. All you do is complain about every little thing I asked you to do for me.
I don't remember complaining about anything you've asked me to do. Can you give me one example?
It doesn't matter. Just shut up. You're a worthless excuse for a woman.
Wow. And being rude to you. Anyway, like I said, I'm not going with Jack this year. He's going by himself.
You two are supposed to be husband and wife. You're supposed to do things together. That means you should be with Jack instead of staying home by yourself. You obviously weren't raised very well if you don't even know that much.
That sounds a little old-fashioned too. Besides, other than him going to your house without me, we're together pretty much all the rest of the time. So don't worry about us.
Well, I can assume that Pinky is coming here with Jack then. I'll make sure there's fresh sheets on the bed in the guest room for her.
No, I said Jack will be going by himself. Pinky will be spending Thanksgiving with me.
What? Why? So now you're not even going to let me see my own granddaughter.
Did you forget?
Forget what? What are you talking about?
I gave birth to Pinky, you said, and I quote, "We don't need another girl in the family." You remember saying that, right?
I may have said that, but that doesn't matter. Little Pinky has come to my house many times. My granddaughter is cute. I want to see her. I can see a lot of Jack in her and not much of you. Maybe that's why I like her so much.
Oh really? I guess that's good to hear. But the last time we visited you, didn't you say to me, and I quote again, "So you still haven't given me a grandson yet, have you? You know that's what we need." The truth is, Pinky heard you say that. And now she thinks you don't want her. She cried herself to sleep that night. And she hasn't forgotten what you said. So we're not taking her over there anymore.
But I didn't say anything bad about Pinky. If you let her think that that was an insult to her, then this is all your fault. You're a bad mother. I didn't insult Pinky.
You didn't say anything bad about Pinky. But she knows you want a grandson, and she knows she's not a boy. She's young, but she's old enough to put two and two together. Maybe you should be more considerate when you open your mouth in front of everyone.
Yeah. Look, he'll apologize to her when she comes here. So make sure you and Pinky both come here with Jack for Thanksgiving.
No. Pinky and I won't be going there this year. Pinky and I are going to be spending Thanksgiving with my parents and my family.
You've got to be kidding me. You're my oldest boy's wife, for Pete's sake. If you're not here, who's gonna prepare the Thanksgiving meal for everyone?
See? You expect me to do it all instead of sharing the work amongst the whole family. If you don't want to have the whole family help, well, you're hosting the party, so don't you think you should be the one preparing the meal?
But the whole family is going to be here. My job is to entertain everyone while they're here. I can't be slaving away in the kitchen out of everyone's.
But you expect me to?
That's not the point. I can't do all this myself.
Why can't everyone help? Or get everyone to bring something so you'll only have to make the turkey?
I can't make my guests bring food.
Why not? Are they guests or family?
Don't get smart with me. It's your job to do all this.
What you're saying doesn't make any sense. You don't want your guests or your family to do any work. Yet you want me to do it all. So if I went to your house, you're saying I wouldn't count as a guest nor as a family member?
That's not what I'm saying at all. As my eldest son's wife, it's your job.
I've never heard that before in my life. And if hosting a Thanksgiving dinner is too much work for you, and you don't want to share the work amongst everyone, then why don't you just get it catered?
I'm not doing that. Do you know how expensive catering would be on a holiday? And besides, having the family come to my house and everyone eating a nice home-cooked meal is a family tradition. So if you want to be part of this family, make sure you're here to do your job. You have to remember, we're not like your family. We're not poor. We expect a certain level of sophistication.
So now you're implying that your family has more money than mine? I don't know why you think my family is poor. And again, this isn't making any sense. Let me get this straight. Your family's not poor. You're implying you have lots of money. And yet you don't want to pay for catering because it's expensive. Okay.
Shut up.
And I don't know why you think my family's poor. This year we're all going to West Palm Beach for Thanksgiving weekend. We've booked the whole family in a nice hotel, and we're having the grand Thanksgiving feast at a beautiful restaurant. We'll be having amazing food, and none of us will have to lift a finger. Everyone is going to be relaxing the entire weekend. My brother and sister are also going to be there with their family. And nobody will have any trouble paying for the little trip. In fact, they'll be paying for my parents' entire weekend. They offered to pay but wanted it to be my treat because of all they do for Pinky and me.
What? I can't believe this. You are talking your parents on a vacation? You've never done anything nice for me.
But you just don't get it.
Huh? I thought he did road construction or something. I figured he was one of those guys who stood on the road and held the slow sign.
What? LOL, no, not at all. And I think you'd be surprised how much guys like that make anyway. You really don't know much about working at all, do you? Maybe because you've never worked a day in your life.
I don't really know what you're getting at here.
Whatever. The point is, you don't need to be worrying about my family. They aren't in need of any money. And as for me, I'm doing just fine financially as well. Much better than Jack, too. So if I want to take my parents on a trip, Jack can't say anything about it. He knows that, and he's fine with it. Besides, this little trip I'm taking with Pinky and my family is just a drop in the bucket. So don't worry about us. In fact, I'm thinking about taking my parents to the Caribbean in the winter.
Emma. I'm so sorry. It seems I was wrong about you. Let's just forget about how I've treated you so far, okay? I didn't know the whole story. You can't blame me for that, can you? Let's make a fresh start. Okay? Let's have a nice long talk about all of this over Thanksgiving. How does that sound?
What? That's impossible. I have plans already. I told you that. And I don't like how you can flip-flop and do a complete 180 like that.
What do you mean by that?
Look, we already have everything booked. And since we booked it as a group, if I was to cancel and go to your place instead, I wouldn't get my money back because the rest of the group would still be going. I'm not wasting my time, my money, or my vacation days to go to your place.
It doesn't have to be Thanksgiving weekend. We can get together a different time. You said yourself you do remote work. So you can come here anytime you like, right? You can do your work here and I can see my granddaughter. It's a win-win.
I'm sorry, but you live in the middle of nowhere. Your internet would be too slow for me to get any work done. And that's not even taking into consideration any data caps you might have. Not to mention the fact that I doubt you would give me any time to get any of my actual work done. Going to your place has too many variables I can't risk.
Too many variables? What does that even mean? Whatever, it doesn't matter. If you don't want to come here, how about we join you in Palm Beach? Let's enjoy Thanksgiving together.
Huh? What about the rest of your family? And why would you want to spend Thanksgiving with my family?
It's okay. I don't have to have Thanksgiving at my house every year. If I canceled this one time, I don't think anyone would mind. I think it's best if my husband and I spend time with you and Pinky this year.
I thought you said having Thanksgiving at your house was a tradition.
Every now and then is good to try something new. Besides, I haven't been to Palm Beach before. It sounds great.
If you want to come, I can't really stop you.
That's great. Thanks.
But you're gonna have to book your own hotel room and you won't be able to join us for dinner.
I guess that would be okay. Which hotel are you staying at?
Let me make one thing clear though. I'm not paying for you or your husband.
What? Why not? That's so rude.
I don't see how that's rude. I said I was paying for my parents. You're not my parent. If you want to take a vacation to Palm Beach, that's up to you. That's got nothing to do with me. Oh, and just so you know, the hotel we booked is very popular. I made reservations months ago. I thought you'll be able to get a room at the same place we're staying at. I booked a couple months ago and I still had to use one of my connections to get enough rooms for everyone. I doubt you'll be able to get in. But maybe they can put you on a wait list and maybe you'll get lucky.
I can't believe this. I get it. You make good money and you're gonna have to pay for it. You don't have to rub it in my face like this. You're so rude. You're always putting me and my family down. Have some respect.
I'm rude. I haven't said anything about your family other than I'm not paying for your vacation. You're the one who's always making fun of me for the school I went to and for what my dad does for a living. You even came out and said straight to my face that you never wanted to see me again. And you even made Pinky think you hated her just because she was a girl. And today alone, you've called me useless, horrible, a terrible wife, a liar, and a worthless excuse for a woman. And do you talk about me being rude?
Look, I might have gone a little too far with some things that I've said. I apologize for that. So let's go on a nice trip together so we can clear the air, okay?
If you want to come, book a hotel room and pay for it yourself. Or see if Jack is willing to use some of his money to help pay for you. Wait, now that I think about it, I don't think he'd be able to. He's been saving up for a new surround sound system for the living room. The 10 of his earnings means he's been saving up the entire year and he still doesn't have enough. I doubt he'll hand over his entire entertainment fund to you just because you're jealous of my parents.
Emma, please. Just this one time. We're family.
Huh? Anna. Are you forgetting the other thing you said to me earlier today? You told me in plain English, and I quote yet again. As far as I'm concerned, you're not part of my family anymore. And you know what? I agree. You've never once made me feel like I was part of your family. So don't worry about it. I don't consider you and I family either. Or even friends for that matter. And for that exact reason, please don't text me anymore. Don't call me either. If you want to talk to your family, talk to Jack. After that. In the end, Emma didn't go to her mother-in-law's house for Thanksgiving. Instead, she and her daughter, Pinky, had a wonderful time with her side's Thanksgiving vacation in Palm Beach. Anna tried to book a hotel in Palm Beach just out of spite and maybe to attempt to ruin Emma's vacation. But all the good hotels were booked solid. That, and Jack refused to pay even a portion of the cost of the trip for his parents. He didn't want to miss out on his surround sound system that he had almost saved up enough money to buy. When his mom tried to guilt him into paying for their vacation, she made the mistake of asking him, which is more important to you, my happiness, or a new surround sound system? And Jack made the mistake of answering truthfully and saying, the surround sound system, you know how much I love watching movies. Needless to say, it made for quite an uncomfortable Thanksgiving weekend when Jack went to his apparently Jack managed to get through the dinner with the help of a lot of wine and left early the next morning despite how far of a drive it was for him. I think Jack and his mom will work things out eventually and she'll forgive him for not treating her to a vacation. But as for Caitlin, to this day, she still has Jack's mom's number blocked on her phone.